On Friday, October 28th, a group of protesters gathered at Wells Fargo Bank in Berkeley to protest that bank's financing of the Dakota Access Pipeline. Here is a short video of that event.
Wells Fargo, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Wells Fargo, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide.
Rami Khalil, a socialist alternative, introduces the rally.
There are over 100 tribes that have united. I think it's over 200 tribes, Native American tribes that have united and come together to protest in North Dakota, to protest the North Dakota Access Pipeline. And this is after, of course, 500 years of genocide of Native Americans, of shoving Native Americans off their land and forcing them onto some of the worst land, of continual violation of treaties between Native American tribes and the U.S. government, and 100 police in riot gear and, with batons and assault rifles and pepper spray and bean bags and a sound cannon that hurts your ears, and I believe also a water cannon and armored vehicles. They moved in and cleared out one of the main road blockades that Native Americans and environmentalists and others had put up to protest.
Someone from Youth for Socialism explains which banks, in addition to Wells Fargo, are helping to finance this project.
Bank of Tokyo Mitsubishi for $548 million, Citibank for $521 million, TD Securities for $365 million, Deutsche Bank, Credit Suisse, Royal Bank of Canada, and many others from around the world. So in a way, if, for instance, the world undergoes climate catastrophe, or on the alternative, if we survive climate change, it will be up to the whims of a handful of shareholders at the top of these banks.
We heard from several Native American speakers also.
My name is Quentin Cabalon. I'm a descendant of the Tule River Yoka tribe. Our traditional land is that of the San Joaquin Valley. We're no strangers to water rights issues. But I want to say that we're here in Berkeley and we're occupying Ohlone land, so we got to give thanks for that. And
we're in a time where we can no longer stay silent. We're in a time where we can no longer just sit down. We're in a time where we can no longer just post shit on Facebook and like it.
So that the AFL-CIO President or Secretary Treasurer Richard Trumka issued a statement supporting the construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline.
Boo!
As a union member, I am deeply insulted by this. I'm deeply offended by this. And I know that there are millions of union members who feel the same way. We are tired of the bullshit. We're tired of the bullshit argument that it's jobs versus the environment. That's bullshit. That is a lie that the capitalist class is telling, and it is disgusting that the union movement, led principally by the building trades, who never met a destructive project they didn't like, continues to drink their Kool-Aid. So, many of us are fighting back and organizing to oppose this. And that's why I and several others have co-founded the group Labor for Standing Rock. And this weekend, in fact right now as we speak, a bunch of union people are planting a flag with the support of the elders at Standing Rock. It's going to be called Union Camp. And what these union members are going to do is start to organize within the labor movement to try and get other unions to take a stand in support of Standing Rock, against the Dakota Access Pipeline, and against destructive, extreme, and fossil fuel extraction.
A retired building trades worker speaks.
About a month ago, 4 building trades union leaders sent a letter to the governor of North Dakota urging him to enforce, quote, the letter of the law against the protesters. In other words, what you're seeing happening today at Standing Rock is exactly what these union leaders have called for. And just the same way as they are lying in bed with the contractors on this position, they're lying in bed with the contractors every day on the job, selling them rotten contracts, not enforcing the contract that they have, and so on. As far as Hillary Clinton and her statement, she said today she urged that these workers, quote, be allowed to continue their work safely. In other words, that the job continue. So one thing I think that we should do is organized to leaflet the building trade sites, letting them know what their leaders are doing in their name, and drawing the connection between the rotten contracts that the construction workers are getting and this support for the Dakota Access Pipeline.
Thank you for bringing these wonderful people here today. I am from the Oglala Lakota Sioux Reservation from South Dakota. I have many people, many relatives that are on the front line fighting for this. So I appreciate each and every one of you being here today. Please call the White House, let them know what's going on in South Dakota and North Dakota. This has to stop. Our people are suffering enough. This has to stop. Our people are suffering enough.